Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, a game-changing technology that changes things for couples that are dealing with fertility issues. That story next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, there have been fertility experts for hundreds of years, but to date, most of them have been focused on the woman, you know, and at least 40% of the time, it's the guy's issue that you need to deal with. To talk about that today, Diana Peninger, she is the CEO of Reproductive Solutions. Thanks for coming on the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so tell us your journey. How did you come to create this device?
So in Reproductive Solutions, we every single day we're thinking about how can we advance technology to help couples build their families and have a child. And focusing on the male fertility was a turn that our researchers made back in the early 2000s. And so when they began to think about the male fertility side, they realized that there have been, like you said, no actual research done for the male side and none for semen collection. And the semen collection has been the same for 50 years.
Okay, so tell me what you've developed.
Right. So what we've developed is actually a container that thinks about sperm health. And it simulates actually the in-body physiological environment for the sperm. Because you don't want to activate it during collection because immediately it begins to damage.
Yes.
And so if you can avoid that damage, you're going to get a lot better health and greater chances for pregnancy. So we developed Protex.
So right now, if you go to a doctor's office and they're collecting a sample from you, is it stored in like a paper cup or something like that?
Well, it's the urine specimen cup that you get for pretty much collecting every single fluid. And it's that particular that was never designed for semen.
Yes.
And it actually damages the sperm.
Wow. You guys just created an amazing video that gives an overview and the science behind it. Let's go ahead and roll that now.
During your assisted fertility journey, you'll discover that collecting the healthiest sperm will lead to happier outcomes. But keeping sperm healthy at collection and beyond requires a high level of care and protection that generic specimen cups don't have, damaging healthy sperm and decreasing the odds of pregnancy success. Now there's a better way. Introducing Protex, the world's first and only scientifically engineered container that protects sperm as if it were in the human body, resulting in 50% higher sperm motility. That's a 50% better ability to fertilize, a higher sperm count, and a better chance at pregnancy success. Why is Protex so much better? Once out of the body, sperm are vulnerable and easily damaged by changes to their environment. A generic specimen cup is not designed for semen collection. Its thin walls, plastic material, and large flat bottom leave sperm completely unprotected and result in a 30-degree temperature drop within the first 10 minutes, shocking the sperm and setting in motion an irreversible domino effect of damage, decreasing sperm motility and sperm count rapidly. But Protex is scientifically proven to protect, to prevent temperature shocks and ensure sperm stay healthy. Protex is made from a unique blend of advanced materials that are certified 100% safe for sperm and provide 360-degree insulative properties. The patented design gently funnels the sample safely into the well, resulting in 10 times better temperature control and thermal protection than a generic specimen cup. And when you add the nutrient-rich solution, the sperm are kept naturally pH balanced. It all works together, protecting sperm samples at their highest quality and motility, stable for up to 48 hours. You can collect confidently at home, decide the best setting and the perfect moment, then conveniently return your sample to the clinic. It's all on your schedule. So start your fertility journey in the right direction. Collect your semen sample at its highest motility for up to 48 hours. Collect with Protex.
Diana, as I look at this, I say to myself, why hasn't somebody thought of this before? I mean, did you think the same thing?
That's exactly why I actually started to work with RSI, Reproductive Solutions, last year. Is that I said, this is a technology that was developed. Where is that? And basically, when you have a fertility industry that has been focused on the female for so many years, it really just accepted that the specimen cup was okay. And what they ended up doing was actually compromising. And you were collecting and needing to get back into the clinic in 1 hour.
Yes.
And in that 1 hour time period, we couldn't collect at home. There was a lot of rushing around, and so it really has not changed in that period of time.
This has got to be so incredibly rewarding for you, because I think about all the marriages over time that have ended because of a fertility issue, or the children that you're helping bring into the world. What does that feel like?
It feels wonderful. I'll give you an example. We've been getting Protex into the hands of clinics across the country, and the reaction has been very positive. But they need time to actually test it with their patients. So just last week, we had a clinic that came to us and said, we are sold on Protex. And they said, we've been testing with Protex, couple that actually had done IUI, intrauterine insemination, and then done IVF, still did not get pregnant. So heartbreaking. We handed them a Protex, they collected, we did the procedure, and they got pregnant.
Wow.
The excitement and how wonderful that feels to hear those stories every day.
Absolutely.
Is wonderful.
You probably get emails and just like fan mail, because
We do.
it's a game-changing device. Is it hard to market to doctors? I mean, how do you get this into their hand?
So the concept itself is accepted. They need the time to test it for themselves.
Yes.
They need to see the results. They need to see the data. And the data that we're seeing that is most relevant is that the motility is increased 50%. So if you're in the fertility, you're in the midst of all of this, you're looking for an increased motility, increased fertilization capability,
Yes.
increased sperm count. And all of those things together lead to a greater chance in pregnancy. And that's the information that we are seeing and building as this product comes out.
Diana, we only have a couple of minutes left, and I want you to make sure you get all your points out. There's probably couples watching this right now who are wrestling with this. How do they know if they're a candidate for this? How do they know if they need this?
Yeah, so if you're collecting semen, you want this. This is the opportunity for you to take the sample, because the minute it leaves the body, it begins to become damaged. So if you're able to use a product which simulates the body, it actually takes care of that sperm. You will actually have much healthier sperm, biochemically healthy sperm, than you would have in any collection container.
Let's talk about stress, because the pandemic has created kind of a pandemic of stress on its own.
Yeah.
And then when a couple is under pressure to produce a child, that's a stressful thing too, isn't it?
It really is. So the whole entire fertility process is very anxiety ridden for both the male and the female. And think about it from the male. He's giving this sample, and right now, almost across the board, they're being asked to collect in a clinical environment, which is so anxiety ridden.
Sure.
And what happens when you're that stressed and you're actually in the clinic giving this sample, the cortisol hormones are increasing with that anxiety. And
Sure.
we know there's tons of research on this that actually cortisol affects sperm and the health of sperm. So if you can eliminate that and
Yeah.
collect at home, it's the best for the health of sperm. And Protex offers 48-hour stable, highest healthy sperm. That's what it offers. And so you can take it home and collect in your comfort of your home and with less anxiety, and then take it back to the clinic without rushing around like
Yeah.
they do today.
Well, and thank you for the gift that you're giving so many couples out there. Thank you for coming on the show. We're going to end with your website, which is reproductive.solutions. And Diana Peninger, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You bet.